Good afternoon, everyone. This is Yon talking to you about your update for this month. So, I am at my office today, this morning, working on stuff, going out the past 2 days. I've gotten sick, so I'm trying to take this morning to kind of recover a little bit with some Zicam and tea and coffee and all that fun stuff. So, I want to go over a couple things, just going over my monthly update. So, the big thing, yes, it snowed in South Carolina. We've gotten a dusting, I call it. I've lived in Colorado, New York, and Massachusetts, so anything less than a foot to me is a dusting. As far as bird cages, with the way the weather was out there, I didn't walk every single lot. I did shoot drone videos over it. I did try to get an idea of what was going on. I didn't see any damaged bird cages that were in construction at this point. So I think we're all good there. And, the thing I want to go through when it comes down to bird cages and any type of damage that might happen during the construction period is, it's during construction. They're going to fix it. They're going to address those items if anything has happened. I saw nothing to be concerned about, but I will tell you this, that, the site's frozen. Everything out there is pretty much frozen up in a sheet of ice and snow right now. Driving out there, this is not the time, just because they're not building out there, does not mean that, this is great, I can go out and visit my site. It is literally a sheet of ice. So if you're living in the community, realize you're messing with your own safety when it comes to this stuff. There is a lot of ice out there. There's a lot of things underneath that ice, wood boards, nails, stuff like that. I would not suggest going out there. And in all reality, it's not really the best thing to do. So inspection times and construction infected by snow. Now, I went out yesterday and did 2 pre-drywalls. We're still working, we're still inspecting, but inspections with the city isn't going out there during this weather. The builders are doing as little work as possible out there because of the weather and because of the conditions that exist. It's not bad, but everybody out there needs to realize South Carolina does not have snow plows, does not have salt trucks, is not geared up for this type of this dusting of snow, as I call it. So when it comes down to it, you're kind of in a pickle. So what this will mean is they're going to be in the hole 2 days worth of inspections. This is why I build in pads into my timelines. I went back recently and updated some timelines, instituted some timelines, things like that. I have a house that's closing in March, and they're like, hey, your window is about 2 weeks off. And I said, yeah, I'm going to leave it that way. And the reason why I'm going to leave it that way is for this reason right here that's outside right now presented itself. Haven't had snow since 2017. Nobody ever budgets for it. I budget for all inclement weather. And then as we get closer, we're going to bring it more in line. Another thing I want to talk about is communication. So I had a client try to communicate to me and said that they sent me a text, and they did, but they didn't send it to me. So with my clients, when you get a text message about the scheduling of your inspection that actually has the agreements, the terms, the times, the dates, all that stuff, that is an automated text message. It does not go to my phone. I'll have my phone number below, my email address, everything, and if you need to get a hold of me, use the number below. So communication is email, text, preferably. That way, if I'm in bad cell phone range, I have it. Give you an example, about 2-3 weeks ago, I think I talked about this in the last update video. I pulled out of phase 8, and I literally had 19 voicemails. For me to get back to 19 people via phone call or text at the end of the day is not going to happen that night. It's probably going to happen the next day and the day after and the day after that, because I still have to deal with the backlog of other stuff that I have to do. Emails and text messages, I can respond really quick. 90% of the time, I will call you back. But it's one of those things that email, text, call is last resort. And do not send messages through BuilderTrend. BuilderTrend is the update, the platform that we send your updates out to. If I was to show you my BuilderTrend, I get over 400 notifications a week, and it gets lost in the minutia there. And I've communicated before, BuilderTrend is not where you need to be communicating through to me. So email, text message to my work phone, which will be below, and text message, phone call, last resort. Closing and the processes. So there's quite a few closings going on out there. I get closing dates from Minto, but I also want you to notify me of your closing dates. I need to compare the two because sometimes the date you get and the date I get might not match up, and I need to find out which one for me is more factual so that I can actually schedule the inspection properly. In most cases, starting this year, Minto wants me to be out there 7 days before the new home celebration, which is 14 days before your closing, so that they have the report an ample amount of time to address any defects. Hold on one second. As soon as I get those, I like to put them in. Like as of this weekend, I'm putting in 14 closing dates. The closings and the processes are, we are going to set it up in the system. You're going to receive a text message and an email. For my clients, there are 3 agreements throughout this process. Pre-drywall agreement, which is in effect in perpetuity of the whole inspection process. And then each other inspection, closing an 11-month warranty, have an agreement there discussing the items that we are inspecting along the way. So realize, terms of the agreement, terms of the inspection process are literally set up on that first pre-drywall inspection. And those terms are in effect in perpetuity. Each other agreement has language pertaining to each inspection process. Now, my software will not unlock the report until you've paid and signed the agreement. Because the inspection agreement from the first inspection process is in effect in perpetuity, basically you've agreed to the full process. So if you don't sign your agreement when we do the closing, but you've paid, you still need to sign it to unlock the report. I've had to help a couple people with that this week, so I kind of wanted to go through that. The other thing is the things that we are finding as of late in the closing process, because they have us coming out earlier, a week before your new home celebration, we are finding a few more things. I personally feel it's counterintuitive to do it this far out, but Minto has asked us to do that to help them along the way with getting the trades organized so that when you get to closing, more of the defects are addressed. As of late, I have not been finding anything that's like, oh my God, my house is going to fall down. But there are things that we're inspecting. We are starting to find some issues that are a little concerning, but they are getting them addressed. So that's pretty much the closing and the processes on that aspect. So site visits and Facebook posts. Listen, I use Facebook to market my business. I use Facebook to communicate with you all. I think Facebook is a great tool when used correctly. Kind of goes back to the whole thing, with great power comes great responsibility. I'm going to be really honest with you. If you are posting something on Facebook, or if you know somebody posting something on Facebook, be factual about it. I've said before, one man's defect does not mean it's the whole community's. Just because something happened at one house doesn't mean it's going to happen at another. Google is not a good way to, when people Google, certain things about the construction process, it's not necessarily factual. Different states have different codes, different states have different guidelines. Google is an AI algorithm. I can tell you this right now, 90% of the things you're going to find on Google will be great, but it's the 10% that's garbage. Just because it's on the internet does not mean it's true. So Posts on Facebook, things like that, take them with a grain of salt. I'm a licensed professional. I know what I'm looking for. Google's not doing your home inspection, and I don't think you should use Google to, it's a great way to get ideas about things that need to be done, but don't base the process on it. I've had quite a few emails saying, I read this on the internet. And a couple people I've responded back to, I said, well, it's on the internet, it must be true. They found it funny, but I think one person got upset with it, but that's literally how I feel about it. So when you post something on Facebook, or if you're reading something on Facebook, try to look at the totality of what you're looking at, look at the minute details, and if you have a question, email or text. Google's not a good way to go about researching something that you found on the internet. Just wanted to be honest with that. We've got some great things happening out there. I think things are going to pick up this spring. The nice thing for everybody that's living out there, being from the Midwest, I can tell you two things. Snow like this is great for the summer. One main reason is it lowers the amount of pests, meaning mosquitoes, no-see-ums, fire ants, all that stuff. So a good snow kind of makes it so the summer coming up will be lower in those type of invasive pests, mosquitoes, no-see-ums, fire ants, all that fun stuff. And I want to make sure that everybody has a great time out here. New clients. So anybody that's thinking about using us, please scroll through this update page. I have plenty of videos posted here. It'll give you a good idea of the process. And whether you're going to be a new client to me or a new hire somebody else to your home inspection, I try to provide this information to everybody and try to answer questions as they come up. I believe that knowledge is power, and it's better to be proactive than reactive. So if you know something beforehand, you know what to expect when you're walking into it. I do implore everybody, whether you want to think this is a plea for inspectors in the area, I'm just going to tell you right now. Builders are human. The laborers are human. Everybody's human. There's going to be mistakes to be made. Even the town inspectors are human, which that's, a topic for another conversation. But it is important to hire a home inspector for your building process. Number one, it's just peace of mind for yourself. I'm never going to bash on another home inspection company for their process versus my process, or their process versus another person's process. It's a home inspection process. My process is a little bit more in depth, documentation from beginning to end. So it gives you a little bit more, dog in the fight when it comes down to documentation of things that have happened throughout the construction process. And it gives you some, good documentation, so that if you ever want to change anything, move some electrical, move some plumbing, look at what was going on throughout the process, you're going to have it. But I implore everybody, when you look at the grand scope of the price of the home you're buying, whether it's me, which I'm on the higher end, I'm always going to be on the higher end because our process is much more entailed, and what we do is probably twice the amount of work as what other inspectors do because of our process. But when you look at the price of what a home costs versus a home inspection, or a home inspection process, or a phase inspection process, however you want to go about it, the amount of money that you're spending versus what you're buying that house for is literally less than 1%. That's all I'm going to say. I mean, on average, you're probably at 1/4%, maybe 0.5%, depending on the whole thing. The reality of it is you're stepping over $1 to save a dime. You have to realize that this is peace of mind for you. This is documentation. This is memorializing defects throughout the process on our end, but also having documentation from an unbiased third-person party, so that if anything down the road happens, you have that to go back to the builder and be like, listen, this was documented from beginning to end, and this is what they found but you haven't fixed it, or it was fixed and we now have this problem. And I say this to everybody. This isn't just Minto. This is also, D.R. Horton, Pulte, Lamar Smith, Lennar, custom builders, everything like that. I tell everybody this is just a good way to document. It gives you some good information to hold on to, so if down the road something happens, you've got the information. You can move forward with working with the builder to have things addressed. Inspections in the construction industry are crucial nowadays. Homes are built a lot quicker than they used to be. It's good for you. Moving forward, also, if anybody would like to get a hold of me, email and phone number will be at the bottom here. If any new clients have any questions, please feel free. Whether you hire me or not, I do these monthly. I have this page to keep everybody aware of everything. A lot of people live out of town, and I really hope you guys appreciate it. I appreciate all of you. Got some great people that live out there. But besides that, I want you guys to have a great day. Stay warm. I got to go outside, and I got pre-drywall and a closing, and then a transactional today. Meant to get this out last night, but I came home, passed out on the couch. Hope you all are having a great day, having a great weekend. I've got my first weekend of travel soccer for my daughter and can't wait. Not really looking forward to being sick on the sidelines, but first weekend of tournaments. So hope you guys have a great weekend. Enjoy yourselves, and off to the off to the flyover. Have a great day, guys.
Must be some kind of way out of here. Send the joker to the thief. Too much confusion. I can't get no relief. Businessman, drink my wine, and the plowman he dig my none of them along the line. You know what any of it's worth. No reason to get excited. life is but a joke. But you and I will been through that. Yes, we have all, and this is not our fate. So let us not talk falsely now. The hour is getting
Thank you very much, y'all. Take it easy.
Thank you.